Welcome to our 5 on 5. I'm pleased to be joined by U.S. Senator Ron Wyden at his office in Washington. Senator, thanks for taking the time.
Thanks for having me. And of course, this is also a special day in Southern Oregon because it's Patsy Smullen's birthday. And she's the owner of the station. And you all do a really good job of serving the community.
I appreciate that, Senator. I'll be sure to pass that along, as I'm sure she's also watching. So we have to begin with Build Back Better, the act being dealt a potentially fatal blow Sunday as West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin pulled his support. Is there any way to salvage this?
I believe you have to stay at it until you do, because what this is all about, Craig, is making sure you get help to those who really need it, particularly seniors and kids and young families walking an economic tightrope every month. And then you've got to create opportunity for everybody. So you help those in need, create opportunity for everybody.
What about the child tax credits?
The child tax credits are in a lot of ways for young families. And when I was home, I asked, what do you spend the child tax credit on? And somebody shouted from the back, Ron, I'm spending it on shoes for my kid. Now, we all know in our part of the world, it rains once in a while. It gets cold in the winter. So right before the Senate broke for the holiday, I offered a motion on the floor of the United States Senate to extend the child tax credit so we wouldn't have an interruption in January, and there was a Republican objection. So I'm just going to stay at it because I think that this program is so incredibly important.
A lot of talk that the Build Back Better Act isn't done and that it could still be tweaked to get Manchin and others support. Your billionaire's income tax bill is currently in the plan. Will it make a rehash, if it will? Will it make another version of the bill?
Senator Manchin has made a number of points that I think can bring people together. For example, on taxes, he long said that he wanted to undo the very flawed Trump tax bill of 2017. As chairman of the Finance Committee, I'm very interested in working with him on it. He's had a special interest in energy, and he agrees with the centerpiece of my clean energy program, which is technology neutral, which means that no matter which technology, the more you reduce carbon emissions, the bigger your tax savings. That's the kind of approach that Senator Manchin is for. It's the heart of my bill. I think we can find common ground.
We're going to have to take a quick commercial break. We'll have much more with Senator Wyden in just a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, we're here with U.S. Senator Ron Wyden at his Washington office. Senator, what are your 2022 goals?
Well, let me give you an example of something I'm working on right now. As you know, Craig, there is such a large senior citizens population in the Rogue Valley. And right now they are facing an unprecedented increase in their Medicare Part B premiums. And this is because the company that made what they believe will be an Alzheimer's drug came in with an astronomical price. Now, even before people know whether this works, the government is faced with the idea of surcharging seniors, sticking them with a big increase in their Medicare Part B premiums, primarily because of this Alzheimer's drug that nobody knows will really work. And I'm saying, hey, before you clobber seniors in the Rogue Valley and across Oregon and across the country, you better know a little bit more. And I'm trying to roll that back. And I just launched another effort today on it. And that's going to be a really big issue for seniors in Oregon and in the Rogue Valley.
The January 6th committee is certainly making a lot of headlines of late. What do you think about the work they're doing?
Craig, the first thing I think about when I hear January 6th is when those domestic terrorists last January 6th were banging on the Capitol doors, all I could think about was that what I was looking at happens in countries around the world. It doesn't happen in our country. And what I feel very strongly about is making sure that the recommendations of the congressional committee that's looking into this really meet the upcoming moment, because I don't think that those domestic terrorists that attacked the Capitol last January 6th, I'm still very concerned about their agenda.
Congressman Peter DeFazio announced he's retiring after more than 3.5 decades in Congress at the end of 2022. What's your favorite Peter DeFazio story?
Peter, of course, has done an amazing job for Oregon, particularly on infrastructure, roads and bridges. And the fact is, because of Peter DeFazio, our roads and bridges are greener, and they are cleaner, and they are stronger. And so I really appreciate his work in infrastructure. The memory of Peter that always makes me laugh is he invited me to his place in Springfield, and he showed me about some of his wonderful work on his cars. And in effect, it was like he didn't really have door handles. He was using a pair of pliers. And as somebody who would not pretend to be a great expert on the automobile and the various ways to deal with doors, I just walked out of there and I said, I guess he has another job in addition to his day job. He's just a fabulous mechanic.
Interesting. I did not know that. Little known fact. All right, Senator, thank you so much for taking the time. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Thanks for having me, Craig.